Good morning, dreamers. How are you today? Mm-mm-mm. So good to see you. It's been a week. Ah. Um, I have started a course on learning how your digestive system works. Not because I'm becoming some sort of biologist, but with the hopes that knowing what it's doing means I can eat at the right times and the right way to maximize it and allow my body to release some of the extra pounds I'm carrying around. But regardless, how I feel is really important. And when I have circulatory conditions, what I put in my mouth really um, impacts how I feel as far as heavy carbs and um, what time of day, all of those things. So I've been looking at water. One of the things we've been talking about is water. Sorry, I'm warm today. Because I'm that age, right? But water, I found that as I increased my water, I got more and more thirsty, more and more thirsty. And I, it started to level off, and everything's good as far as um, the actual course and the homework, because the homework is me, is going, and all of that's great. But I was like, God, there's something else here. There's something else you want me to grasp from this. This is not just a physical journey. This is a spiritual one as well. Knowing that you created me and there's something here. And I've read the Christian um, diet books. I don't mean it in a derogatory way. I think there's people that are really making an effort to be good stewards of their body and making it a spiritual journey. This one is not at all, but that's okay. It's a course beyond just your average weight loss. So doesn't matter. I'm not advertising it. What I'm saying is, I said to God, I know that when I'm on a journey, it is not just physical, it's not just emotional. There's a spiritual element as well. And what would you like me to learn from this? And it dawned on me when I had a conversation with a friend who the church has really, really hurt him. Terribly, terribly hurt him. And one of the things that came up in the conversation was that he doesn't know what to do with my acceptance, my care. Not just mine, but some of our other mutual friends have just said, you know what? Regardless of what happens, wherever you go, whatever you do, we're here. We're here. We're not leaving. We're not disappearing on you. And he doesn't know what to do with that sometimes because he's had to jump through all the hoops and deprive. And one of the things I'm learning with this nutritional course, this digestive course, is to deprive actually backfires as far as your weight loss goes. And there's a lot of logic to it. I'm not here to teach a lesson on that. But this young man has had to deprive himself of who God created him to be. And people go, no, you don't fit our box. You don't look quite right. You're not fitting in. And so without, and people who have the very, very best intentions. And what's amazing is that God has kept his heart and understands that. He understands that their intention is good. Their intention is love, but it is not. It is not coming out at all as loving or kind. And so he's actually pushing away the people that love him unconditionally because over here, these conditions that I have to do, I'm at least comfortable with them. I'm comfortable with them because I understand that because I've heard it so often. I've heard it so often. And just like a deprivation diet, you have to remove something from your diet, you have to take it away, you have to whatever. Doesn't work long term unless you continue to do it and do it and do it, and every day is a fight. Um, Realizing that that deprivation is actually hurting you in the long run. Even though you might look really good, the you can fit into the right size and you can run the right number of kilometers, you look really good. As soon as you slack off at all of a sudden those jeans are too tight, the kilometers are fewer, there's health issues, right? Because you have to be perfect all the time for it to work. But perfection is not realistic in spiritual things or in physical things. And God just said, you know what? You and your community, you and your mutual friends, you are water to this person who is so dehydrated. They don't even know that they're dehydrated. And just like you were more thirsty after you started to really honestly drink your water, not just a little bit here, a little bit there, because I was drinking water before. But when you actually drink what you need to drink, Marilyn, you realize what your messages are that your body is telling you. And you realize just how thirsty you have been and how dehydrated you have been. And you, when you first start anything with hydration, your body, like you're literally every 2 seconds you're in the washroom. Your body is pushing this away. And it's because it's like, I don't know what to do with this. What is wrong with this? Like this, I can't absorb it. There's so much coming at me. I can't absorb it. And that's what happens spiritually when someone is dry and thirsty. They can't absorb it, so they push it away and push it away. And my challenge is to those of you that know Jesus and claim to follow Jesus. My challenge to you is show that unconditional love. And I mean unconditional. All the conditions you can think of, all the justification, all the verses you can throw at somebody. Those do nothing. Those create a deprivation diet that won't work, and they will end up walking away because it's not realistic right now for them right here. God is the one that will make all those changes. I'm not saying live however you jolly well want to. Fester in your funk and roll around and just take on spiritual weight. And I'm not saying that. And that's the message people hear when I say love unconditionally. They're like, yeah, but God is just. God is holy. God, absolutely. But He is, isn't He? He is. When we open the doors wide and say, come right now, right here. And my arms are as wide as they can possibly be. You realize who ends up on the narrow road of following the way of Jesus Christ. Because it's not a bunch of rules and regulations. It's not deprivation diet. It's learning how you work so you can understand and relate to your Creator better. And you can have that relationship with the Creator where messages are clear and you know when you're thirsty, you know when you're hungry. You're not just going, I'm depriving myself of stuff so I don't know what these messages are. And if you are loving unconditionally and someone keeps pushing you away, pushing, remember, they're dehydrated and they don't know what to do with all that living water yet. But soon they'll regulate. They'll start to understand. And the parts of them that need more of that living water, they will start to flourish and they will start to beam because they're safe with you. They're safe with you. And they know you are not going to throw a verse at them and put a verse over people. You're going to put people over verses, and you are going to love them and let God speak through the verses and let God do whatever it is He's going to do. You've heard the phrase, let go and let God. It's time to do some letting go. And you do that by arms open wide. God will figure out who goes on the narrow way. as they connect with Him, and as they live the way of Jesus, and as they receive you living the way of Jesus. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Have the most wonderful day. Go look for someone you can love with no restrictions, with no deprivation. And even when they can't handle it, keep loving, because that is the way of Jesus. He loved to death and back. Know that I love you. Bye.